My Govan and Melonine, and well met indeed. I'm Arachir Galadirthan, and welcome back to Warhammer 2 as we continue on as Clan Angrund. The world stands against us, and we, the Dwarves, stand against them right back. If they build a wall, we bloody well build one higher, but we're digging ourselves a grave at the moment rather than building walls, as we have gone to war, as you are well aware, with Estalia and Telea. Now, Telea are dead, and they have gone. They are no longer a threat. And the Estalians now only hold Maghrita, Bilbali, and our own province of Lucchini. And they will be no longer a threat as well in time, once we can push around. Now, our main adversary now comes in the Roi of Carcassonne. Are they called Carcassonne? That's a board game. That's what keeps throwing me off, that their name is Carcassonne, because it's a fantastic board game. Anyway, we are going to hit these two armies here. We've got Barons de Sevier and Jérôme Degnaud, and we're going to hit both of them with Belegar Ironhammer. In the south, I'm going to try and siphon some funds off to Hurgar Daminsun, so that he can head north and take Lucchini, because it won't have a big garrison, and we're dwarves, and nothing stands taller than the might of the dwarves, of course. Now, all of this, though, is stirring up the ire of our greatest ally, or who was our greatest ally, Thorgrim Grudgebearer. Thorgrim is now reaching a point where they don't actually like me. We are minus 52, very unfriendly, and it is deteriorating. The biggest disappointment is our war on military actions against Telea and broken treaties with Telea. Now, if those two were to happily disappear, then I think we'd actually start being liked again, possibly, because we have an awful lot of positives. But it takes a long time for these things to sort themselves out. We really do not want to go to war with Thorgrim Grudgebearer, as it may have just shown there, actually. He is the second strongest nation in the game. The strongest nation being probably the Reichland, I would have thought. Yes, it is indeed. Whereas we are way down at 11. So whilst we're not to be written off, we are nowhere near good enough to take on Thorgrim Grudgebearer. You will also note, of course, we've been raided by Clan Moors for days now. It's not affecting our income. I mean, it is. We're losing 600 gold coins, but it's not causing us to go bankrupt. But we cannot risk war with Clan Moors, for we do not have the money or the skill, really, to fight on two fronts. So we return to Italy and Spain, or Estalia and Telea, and I really need to stop giving them their real-world names. I just do it as a force of habit, because I don't do it as a mocking. I think it's really cool that this is a not Earth-style map. I like it a lot. It turns nations, you find yourself liking certain nations more, because they're like a cooler version of a real-world nation. And I'm not mocking it. I really like it. But I keep thinking of Telea as Italy and Estalia as Spain, as you would, because they are. But anyway, that's where we are. The longer we go to war with Estalia, the more likely it is that Thorgrim's going to hit us. Now, the one thing standing in our favour is if we can kill off Estalia quickly, Thorgrim does not give a hoot if we go to war with Bretonia. He's not bothered about war with the frogs. And so we've got that in our back pocket. If we can somehow get over to Maghrita and Bilbali and just wipe them out, then we hopefully will start seeing relations improve with the dwarves. So my plan is to do just that. We're almost certainly going to lose Skavenblight if Carcassonne try and hit it. The garrison there probably won't hold. The garrison in Mirigliano is no threat at all, and the garrison in Sartosa as well. And by that I mean Mirigliano and Sartosa, it will be really hard for the AI to take those. They are not going to fall anytime soon. So my plan to do is to sneak around and hit Maghrita and hit Bilbali, and then by that time, hopefully, he will have had an army built up so that he can take Lucchini. I mean, we could actually... No, that's a better idea. No, if we just abandon Mirigliano and Skavenblight, let Carcassonne get them, no worries there. If we move Belegar south to hit Lucchini and then sail over to Maghrita, I think that's probably going to be our best course of action. You cannot ask this of me. And so that is what we are going to do. So, Hurgar, you probably don't need to sit in Sartosa then if we're going to sail. But Sartosa is the one I want to keep the most. I like Sartosa. It's my own personal Jerusalem. So, Velia's Sorrow can upgrade. Yes, please. Money, please. Money, please. I don't really like his sister, but I really like Jean Ralphio. Anyway, so that was tangential, but that's because I've been watching Parks and Rec again recently, and I love Jean-Ralphio. He's such a funny character. Clan Moors have sent one of their armies away, which is nice to see. Don't tell me that the great thing has happened. No, nothing's happened. Alright, so we'll take Lucchini back on the next turn, and we will then sail over to Magritta. Carcassonne have decided they're not strong enough to take us. Oh, definitely not. You've got a horde of peasants. We are the dwarves! You need to bring more than that. I am really looking forward to playing this today. The videos are a little out of line, obviously. Not necessarily obviously, but usually this video would go live on a Monday, and instead it's gone live on a Tuesday. And for that, I can only apologise. The schedule this whole week will be knocked back by a day.
I am Belegar, true king of the
No! No! Oh, it's beginning. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas, but not the good Christmas. This is the type of Christmas where Santa Claus comes to your house and instead of giving you presents, he's got a giant book with your name in it. And then he happens to wield a giant hammer when you question him about it. Oh, dear. Oh, come off it. That's just a coward's tactic. Hit me in the front lines. A wrong put right. Leadership +6, recruitment cost +5%, or leadership +6, recruitment cost +5%. Oh, they both do the same thing. Well, we have little choice here. Let's right the wrong. Garrett Buftar's been besieged. What's the garrison in Buftar? Probably the smallest, is it not? Oh no, it's actually fairly sizable. Baron? Too many people on top of horses. We do not fear your horses.
Belegar Ironhammer.
Belegar Ironhammer.
For our forefathers.
Oh, I'm not going to fight that. That's a doddle. Alright. We're going to occupy. We want Lucchini back. We're being raided in Skaven Blight because the pig dogs do not think they are strong enough to take the region. And so they do nothing but raid us. That was a bit too over the top with the R there, wasn't it? Raid us. Raid. Raid.
Yes.
Oh dear. I love accents. Again, I'm not trying to take the mickey out of French accents. I absolutely love a thick French accent. Unlike a lot of people in Britain who still hold some sort of begrudging, low-level hatred for French people. I do not. I might joke about them being frogs and our hated enemy, but it's been a long time since we were properly enemies. I don't have that same, oh, bloody French that you might bump into if you bump into an 80-year-old person here in the UK. What should we do then, Belegar? Because I'm not all that bothered about much of the stuff you've got left. Anything along the blue line that's worth it? Ambush defense chance, construction cost definitely not. Untainted's not the end of the world. And Miner's Instinct's all right, but we barely use, like, we're not fighting anyone that uses the underway, really. Let's just give him Foe Seeker. We've only got one more point that he's going to take. So. Right, we've got to sit there for a turn, unfortunately, but then we can sail out and hit whoever this fellow is. Conroy Dietzen, maybe, actually. And then we can hit Magritta, where Ulrich Pritzkoch stands resolute. We are definitely going to be attacked by Thorgrim. Oh, he's actually standing in front of Carrack 8 Peaks. Oh, gods above. You need something that's going to make you... Oh, Inspirational Leader. Casualty Replenishment. Definitely get that. If you're going to be sent fighting defensive wars for the rest of your life.
Retake the realm.
Are we being raided by Carrack 8 Peaks? Karazakarak has allied with Tegan's errantry. You've got to be joking me. We're definitely going to go to war with Karazakarak. There is literally no... No, it's not literally nothing we can do, but... I hate the fickleness of the stupid diplomacy in this game. Why would you care more about the Estalians and the Chileans than me, your dwarven kin? I ask you. Absolutely ridiculous. How I hate everything about this. I'm tempted to move Hergar out, but I think I'll wait until we've set sail first. Right, if you can give me Untainted and Public Order. I don't know, actually. You could probably go with tax rate and get some money. Untainted is not a problem, and Public Order's at +11, but most of that's because of the army. But no, we'll go with tax rate. Alright, in that turn, let's see what happens. Dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's just a countdown. Killing Estalia is not going to do anything. We can't even piece Estalia out. Beating them is our best bet now, to be completely frank. To try and make peace with them, we've got to get a load of money and pay them. I can't imagine there's any other way. And yet the raiding has begun. Thorgrim. He looks down on us. But you know what I say? Bloody well bring it on. Nothing stands taller than the might of Clan Angrund, and these other pretender dwarves think that they've got us by the balls. Well, we can show them that all they have grabbed is the few sinews of our dwarven beards that have come loose already. And there's a lot of strength behind that. Karak Bufdar has been attacked by a horde of cavalry, but we've got Longbeards, charge defense against cavalry, they're pretty good. Miners won't really be useful, they'll die to cavalry. You've got a charge defense? No, he's armoured and shielded. This might be a challenge. He's got a lot of range. And range usually doesn't do very well when it's completely outnumbered by cavalry. Oh no, what am I saying? Of course, I built walls in all my settlements. This is going to be a doddle. Cavalry in settlements, even in Warhammer 2, still just does not work very well at all, and the cavalry is next to useless. Little to no charge bonuses. It's not a problem. And of course, cavalry can't go on the walls, so you're immediately not worrying about that. Now, the square is over there. It doesn't look like they're going to come through that door. They're probably only going to come through this door. They're going to use siege towers on the other. Oh, then the siege towers can capture the doors. We want to use the towers as much as possible, so we do want at least a person on each tower. But the siege is going to be next to useless, to be honest. Cannons, if you go like that, you might be able to hit them at the gate, and you might be able to fire over the wall. Do we not think? And there's water down below. Why have we got orcish paint on everything? The orcs haven't held this place for thousands of turns, hundreds of years. Why is there orcish paint on everything? We're the ones that built this bloody wall. Why is it even remotely orc? Oh, come on, Warhammer. That's just poor form. You could have at least made some more since then, surely. I don't know. Anyway, let's move all the melee back to the square. No, I don't think we need to bother holding at the square. We just need to hold at these checkpoints. Oh, I'm so torn. I don't know what to do, and that always leads to bad play. We could just try and hold them at the gate, actually. Because, as I say, the cavalry won't get a charge bonus, so... Anyway, for now, take everyone off the wall, and then let's make sure that we're manning every tower. Because I think we're going to want every tower. Although I'm not sure whether these ones over here are worthwhile, actually. No, well, they're almost certainly not worthwhile, are they? Well, you might as well. It's a shame you can't put cannons on the gate. Because then they'd fire into those towers and we'd have no troubles. I think we should try and hold at the gate, if I'm honest. They're bringing a battering ram up to the gate. Ah, no, but then they're gonna... No. We are gonna hold here. We are going to hold them in this little gap. Use the miners on one side as well. And our fellow behind. And then we've got the 3 Longbeards can come and stand at the back. And we'll get some kills with some... Yeah, they're not doing anything at all, are they? Get yourselves back to the square already. Let's go. You've got some good shots off. 40 or so of the enemy have died, which is actually quite a sizable amount because Knights of the Realm only start with about 50 or 60 or something like that anyway, don't they? Right, there we are. That's enough. Let's pull everyone back. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let them have the walls. Oh, the cannons got some shots off then. Alright, cannons. You're going to go like that. Grudge throwers. You're going to come back there like that. And then 2 of you guys They're going to turn around and defend there. It is a reckoning! And then we're going to put all of our archers like that. Our siege is going to do basically nothing here, actually. Probably going to lose more of our own units to siege, I expect. I did tell you to move. I seem to recall telling you to move. You've not heeded my advice there, have you? Oh, well, you're dead, so if you just stay out there and keep them busy or something. We're not even fighting against Urks. There's a lot of blue forces grouped up there. I'm going to go for it. There's our forces as well, of course. But oh, and it's hit outside of its attack range again. Not too badly, though. The ones on the fringe have only just been caught. Yeah, those corridors are dead. That's alright. Peasant bowmen. Fire arrows. Otherwise, though, mounted yeoman archers is their only other real strength. Anyway, let's have a look at the our foe today. There's more Knights of the Realm. Knights of the Realm. And then behind them, Knights Errant, the lower tier cavalry. They don't wear chess pieces on their heads. So there's the cavalry. We've seen the cavalry before. Colourful and vibrant. Aha, here's some peasants. Let's have a look at some peasants if you haven't seen peasants. Men-at-arms. And mounted yeomen. These are the lower classes of Bretonia, fighting for their country nevertheless. Beloved. Cool shields as well. I love a simple shield. Arm me with a simple shield and sword, and I shall slay any that stand in my way. More knights errant, more cavalry deciding how do we get around this large central area and how do we fight these people. If you would come and stand in front of those. They're not going to come round this right way, so one of you can charge into them. And you might as well come over here and support. I can't see that we'll lose this, to be honest. We've lost 100, but they've lost nearly 500. Cavalry just doesn't do well in these tight, cramped hallways. Although I should have put the Longbeards in the front lines, because the Longbeards are the ones with the anti-large. But, I mean, everyone's got to get involved at some point, so it doesn't really matter. And there's not another army following up, so our garrison will have more than enough time to heal, so I'm not overly concerned. There is Baron himself. Which one, I hear you cry? That fella there, I think. Doesn't think highly enough of himself to wear a chess piece on his head. Let's do that. This is going well on that side. Come on, guys! I told you to charge them. Don't just stand there and die. Let us use our brains for at least a short while. Our siege is next to useless. That's the biggest thing that disappoints me, I think, is that siege is still fairly useless if you have it inside a city. Why can't they just make every city have a raised area that allows siege to fire over the walls more effectively? But we shall see what the rework for Warhammer 3 brings. I trust, like many of you, or I trust each and every one of you has been following along with the Warhammer 3 snippets they've been giving us. They are going ham on the Kislev and Khorne overviews at the moment, aren't they? That is what everyone is seeing. Tell you what, actually, just stand still. Put those shields up. Cav wants to charge into you, so...
Range far, range fast. Move to attack.
If they're going to run away from us forever, then let's pin the buggers in place. I know you're getting charged by that cavalry, but don't worry too much about that. Get in there and hit those buggers. Let's cause some minor magical damage. Oh, that left-hand side is now clear. They have wronged us! Turn around and hit, face over that way. This is about the only thing that's still fighting now, actually. There's Baron. He's not died, has he? Oh, he's still fighting. And he's against our lord. Oh, yes, it's a one-on-one. It's a clash of champions. In the dwarven corner, we have Morgus Truei. He's short. He wears a helmet that almost doubles his height size because he likes to cheat on height graphs. But he has a large shield and a might and fury unmatched on the field. In the other corner, we have Baron the Saviour. His horse is about as tall as the dwarf. He's a coward, and he's already running away. Need I say more? Oh, did I just rune of restraint at that cavalry unit? I didn't I? Whoops. What happens with those guys? How are you doing? Ah, it's over. Get some more arrows off on the ones fleeing from the town centre, though. Let's kill a few more before we end it. Oh, particularly that almost full knight errant. Oh, they were full, but they are no longer. And those peasant archers aren't going to have a good day moving in front of all of those ranged units. Oh, what a lovely end to a glorious battle. There's another little oddity of Warhammer battles. The enemy can rout into your city, which just makes no sense. In Medieval 2, the game was clever enough to paint a side of the map that your army would run away to. So if you came in from the east, and obviously the battle map is a square, and you've come in from the east, and you click route, your army will go out from the east. They always go out the way they come in. Or they try to. In extreme circumstances, they'll go out the north or the south. But they will never run away to the western side. If you moved your army from the eastern edge of the battle map to the western edge of the battle map and then routed, they will run the entire length of the battle map back and go out the eastern side. So why in Warhammer is that not possible? It's so moronic that you have units routing into the city. It's such an immersion break, yeah? And again, another thing that I just can't believe that they let fly. It makes no sense, and it's disappointing to see. But anyway, there's my thoughts. Alric Zuf Baden has gained the Pathfinder traits. Clan Eshin and Rictus clan nests have confederated. We've taken a talisman. Followers. Oh, we removed a grudge on Baron. Oh, good. And all the raiding that we've already... The aforementioned raiding that we've spoken of already. Alright, dwarves I assume don't really take too well to the waters, but it's to the waters that we're going to go. And with that, I am also going to move Hergar out of there and send him north to Skaven Blight. Because that's our front line now. Sartosa will more than be able to hold, I would think. And with us moving on Magritta... Oh, we get Ironclads. That's cool. Ironclad steamers. We're going to hit Magritta. 2 turns I think we're going to need, though. Yeah. We're not fast on the seas. And then, of course, we're being raided over there. This is the only problem with having a small nation that you do bits and bobs with. Oh, yes, please. I'll take that. You can't build anything. You're at full strength, aren't you? Oh, I've already removed the growth, actually. The Southern Grey Mountains are not going to fall anytime soon. That's for damn sure. We've dropped to 320 in like 2 or 3 turns. That's ridiculous. Come on, Kazakurak. But we're both at war with Grimgor's Eye Boys. Clan Moors, can you please attack Karazakarak? What is it going to take for you to stop just sitting on my doorstep? I just wish there was so many more diplomatic options. Why can't I go to Clan Moors and say, look, here's 5 grand, attack someone. I can get them to join a war that I'm already in, but I can't get them to declare a war on someone that I am not yet at war with myself. Baron is almost certainly just going to raid us like the little coward that he is. But otherwise, I'm afraid it is just another end turn. As we wait for the inevitable. If we lose Karak 8 Peaks, we will get the grudge back again. But we just had so few options. At the point that I declared war on Estalia and Estalia, Clan Moors were nowhere to be seen. Grimgor's Arboys had been absolutely defeated by Karazakarak. I had no enemies in the east, and I had no enemies in the west. The campaign was just going to be a nothing, a waiting for something to happen. Oh, Grimgor's raiding us as well now. That's brilliant. We are absolutely hated. I really dislike that the game puts so much focus on the player. It's another thing that just annoys me. The game should focus on the stronger nations, because that would stop things... they have military access. It would stop things like giant order tides from happening. Because the reason the Reichland and the Karazakarak are able to grow so strong is because every AI nation around them ignores me. Ignores them. Because they're so desperate to kill me. Whereas if they actually fought the nations that were strongest, the strongest nations would then not do very well. They would be, like, beaten. They would be in check. Controlled.
Belegar Ironhammer.
I'm surprised he just ran away. He's Estalia's last hope, and he's not even going to stand and fight. For the wisdom of the layer. Moving to Miraliano, and let's stand there for a moment. And then we'll use tunnels to get over Skaven Blight. We want someone in Skaven Blight to stop the corruption, and he's definitely got my anti-corruption traits, I have no doubt. Pure bearded, yes, very anti-corrupt. Oh, yeah, and then the raiding. Look at that. They're so desperate for Karakate Peaks. You would have thought that them all standing near each other would make them hate each other a bit. But apparently not. Apparently not. Please do build me a granary, actually. That's the tier 3, isn't it? Because we'd really like Karakate Peaks to grow. And it's got a few turns. Because then we can upgrade things still further. We've got walls in all of these locations. Oh, and that's 2,580. Ah, yes, if you hold off, then we can get a 3rd tier walls in Valia's Sorrow, which I would not say no to. Oh, all it adds is a 3 Quarrelers, 2 Dwarf Warriors, 3 Quarrelers, 2 Longbeards. So it upgrades the Warriors to Longbeards and gives you a cannon. That's not actually all that. I'd rather take the growth. I'd rather take the growth. 1 extra cannon in the settlement's not going to do all that much. I was hoping it would give us more ground forces. Alright, we are but a turn away from Magritta. We'll hit them. We'll hit them damned good. They won't know what hit them. Oh, I enjoy Warhammer. I'm not looking forward to the absolute hell that is going to ensue as soon as Karazakarak decide that they want to kill me. It's coming. You just know it's coming. Any turn now. And as soon as they attack me, I wonder if Moors will then get on board. Ah, Wurzag has attacked us. It begins. Once Estalia has been dealt with, if we actually hold on to Estalia... Oh yeah, we could claim the entire Estalian Peninsula, and then Hergar can move to Bilbali and keep the Carcassonians in check. Keep the Bretonians in check over there. And then Belegar could go all the way east, and we could finally do something in the east. Because we're going to be coming into... We're going to be hitting Clan Moors before we know where we are. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, oh, wow. Look at that. I'm going to auto that, because that's just ridiculous.
Our ancestors would be proud.
Blimey, O'Reilly. Oh, and look at the money. I'm not going to say no to that much money. No, we can't get it, but we'll take it on the next turn, no trouble. We lost 3 stonemasons, though. All 3 stonemasons. Why don't you stay in Miriliano, then? Can you train in Miriliano? No, you can't, not really. I'm just wondering if we should just outfit him with an actual force. He could take Tabaro, and then we can move him to Bilbali. Oh yeah, you oh, you can get... Oh, yes, please. No, they destroyed our lumberyard. Odd choice. Ah, got all the money. With all this money... no, let's start over there with that. With that. It's the only thing we can build over there. So that's that one in. Caracizzo's got everything. Ah, Miriliano. Lucchini, tier 3. And walls, definitely. Skaven Blight can't do anything. You need growth, really, don't you? But I don't want to lower its garrison potential. 12 turns until it can grow, though. That's a lot of turns. Alright, so then with that remaining money, we can do things over here. So first things first, economy. That's a really expensive building, so we'll take that. And similarly with that, and that's a good use of our money. I mean, we don't get any money from this, but... Southern Grey Mountains is probably now our strongest region, bar none. Yes. That was a good attack on Magritta, though. I'm sorry I didn't fight it, but when it's that overwhelmingly in our favour, it always makes me want to just auto-resolve them. So I apologise, but I'm sure we'll have another battle in this episode because the dwarves might force our hand, or Clan Moors might finally. Oh, Clan Moors and Clan Eshin have confederated, and Moors have taken over everything Eshin owns. They've probably just jumped up about 4 tiers in the strength roster. Yes! 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 Oh, Grungni looks down upon us and he smiles. Karazakarak and Clan Moors have gone to war. Yes! Say it with me now, people. Yes, 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 yes. That means that we will no longer be in the crosshairs of Karazakarak, and Thorgrim Grudgebearer will bugger off, and Clan Moors will be dealt with for us. If we can now rush the defeat of Estalia, we might be able to bring about peace with the dwarves. But all of that is going to have to sit on hold because Drinkorakaz has been attacked. We need to rename this because I don't like that name at all. Verzag, the Great Green Prophet, has come, and he brings goblins. Hordes of goblins. You really are on your back legs, aren't you? You need to rethink your plan of action, Grimgor, and your minions, Verzag included. Oh, and of course we get walls. Of course. To be honest, though, I'd rather this were out in the field. Our cannons and our catapults would have a field day with all that trash. Oh, look, it's an identical battle map to Karak Buftar. Who would have seen that coming? I'm not going to bother manning the walls. I just think manning the walls is a death sentence. It just brings almost no benefits. We're just going to get set up straight away and prepare as we would. I think I'm going to put our leader on that side. I doubt they're going to go all the way around, but if they do, we've got miners. Miners stand there for now, and then when they inevitably don't go that way. The one thing that I have not yet laid praise on the game for, and I definitely should, is how much easier they have made it to align units in towns. As you just saw, that was no fuss, no trouble. All 3 of those were set up immediately. So for all the negatives that the settlements get, and those are negatives that are worthy of being heaped upon them, because there's a lot of negatives. But for all of the negatives, there are at least some really good settlement improvements. And we can't take that away from the developers. Now what I'm thinking is being a bit ballsy and putting my cannons there so they can shoot the enemy as they come through. And I was thinking the grudge throwers could go over this side, because then they can fire over there when the enemy comes through. I mean, I could have put someone on the walls. We would have got 1 or 2 kills, but I just don't think it's necessary. Let the AI waste itself on these walls for a bit. Wondering about how they're going to get over them. They've built an awful lot of siege. How many siege towers are they able to buy? That's ridiculous. They're getting in each other's way. They've got so many siege. So many siege? That didn't make sense grammatically. So much siege. Ah, and our cannons are going to die there, actually. So they've gone along the entire length of the wall. I didn't expect that. Not at all. So cannons, come and get in behind over there. Right, we've got the bulk of the army coming down the middle, as expected, but we are going to have people coming down that left-hand side. And in fact, almost no one's coming down the right. A couple of units, but nothing severe. We demand blood! Alright, you move over there then, and you guys change position to there. We want to try and get them to group up, because our Rune of Ragnarok is going to have an absolute field day here today. Right, the cannon's in, everyone's safe, but we have to remember that the rune hits us. But for now, we can just sort of tick this along. Our dwarves are going to have such fun fighting these goblins. Dwarves versus goblins in Warhammer is very much a matchup that you might have seen in the novel The Dwarves. By Marcus Heitz. The goblins just do not stand a hope against the dwarves. It is in numbers alone that they have strength. And when their numbers aren't there, as today, I don't think they've got enough today to do it. They've definitely not got enough today to do it. Then you will see a lot of losses on their part. Right, I think the rune over here is probably about time. If we do it about there, it will hit all of those, including some of these, including some of ours. Even there, it still hits some of ours. That's interesting. That's just evened the odds an awful lot. They've already lost over 700 and we've not even lost 100 yet. Not their day, is it? Not their day. Let's pop the healing thing. The clans unite! Did you actually heal you? Oh, it does heal you a little bit. It's just because it heals entities. It's an interesting way that the game works. That health bar is the health bar for the whole unit. So when it's at 50%, it means that your units are at about 50% strength, 50% of their combined health, not their total numbers. That's the point to take away. So when you give healing to a battalion, that green bar will never return to full because it can't bring people back from the dead. And of course that is just a combined total of their full might. Of all the health of all the units within it. Do we think we can hit him? They have wronged us. What about the cannons? Can you fire over our heads and hit that? Oh yeah, looks like you might be able to. Stop firing at him and just fire at Will again. Similarly. Stop firing at him and fire at Will. We've moved the archers around now as well because this side doesn't need archers. They've got that covered. I mean, the battles will win. I don't know where Wurzag is, but he's not come forward to help himself. Oh, he's over there. Wurzag, what are you doing? I defy this gate. And who have you got with you? Loggy Boggies Spore Sploders. Or maybe Logie Bogie. Probably Logie Bogie. Oh, that's a cool image though, isn't it? Away into the depths behind. Where foul things creep. Right, Miners, did you have anything to do? No, you didn't. Let's just speed this up. This is over. Unfortunately, we can't get a mass route till Wurzag dies. And until that time, we are forced to wipe them out fully. When they get the little skull icon above, it means that they are going to run away for good. And they are not coming back. Whereas they can regroup. And they'll rout, and then they'll come back again, and then they'll rout again, and then they'll come back again. That's something that they can do. But if they've got the skull, they're gone for good. Oh, Wurzag! What a bastard! For the Kara's anchor! Stop Logie Bogie Sploders. Wurzag, I think, will die in combat, but those Sploders probably won't. Oh, you guys are actually still fighting. There we are, the Sploders are going, and Wurzag is all that remains. Get whatever we can against him. No, you don't need to turn. Oh, there we are. Anyone with arrows left? Try and kill Wurzag. I can't pin him in place because I did the wrong rune. Oh, that did a lot of damage though. When the cannons hit them, that's a lot of damage. And now he's out. Drinko Rakas! Morik Brinbright. Brinbright. We are beset on all sides by foes innumerable. And yet here we stand. Against all the odds. Against betrayers, traitors, treacherous dwarves, greenskins, Bretonnians, Estalians, Chileans, and the undead. And despite it all, we stand strong. I challenge any in this realm to stand before an army of Clan Angron's finest and not quake in their very boots. The Dwarfs will be next. I don't want to go to war with Karazakarak. But if they make the first move, then you can be sure I will retaliate. And how I will retaliate. Strength and honor! Alright, let's just... He's going to run away, isn't he? Off you toddle.
Never.
Decisive victory. Ah, we got the Grand Throne Room. Ah, good. Oh, you just have to go through all of those. It's annoying. You could do with some reinforcements. You've got... Oh, we got a load of money. Where did we get all that from? We definitely want to hold Magritta. Is Tabaro part of Magritta? Yes, it is. This is all one region. And you finally made it to tier 4. Sod it. Let's give him Mason.
Belegar
You're not going to want... Oh, no, that's public order. You will want that. And, yeah, you can keep that. The stonemasons only applies to dwarven holds, doesn't it? But I would like my stonemasons back. And I'd like the normal ones. I don't think I want the great weapon ones. 1, 2, 3. We can afford it, can't we? Yes, we can. There we are. So sit there for a turn and just get some healing in. You can't train in Miriliano or Skaven Blight. Sorry, my voice is going. So you might as well move to Skaven Blight. I mean, you can't train in Miriliano or Skaven Blight, so you might as well move to Skaven Blight because it's more likely to be attacked. Buffdar's repaired. Those buildings are building. Is there any one of these left that improves our relations with anyone? Leadership went under siege. That's not bad, is it? We haven't really got anything down this middle. Recruitment, weapon strength, upkeep for longbeards. Weapon strength for dwarf units with two-handed and with hammers. Oh, armour for infantry. That's not bad. Yeah, just go down that line. Let's just improve all of our armed forces behind the scenes.
You dishonor me.
Hello, Gustav. Alright, we're going to lose Lucchini again. Not much we can do about that. I don't even know where Gustav is from. What nation are you? Are you Thegan's errantry? Yes. That's why you've sailed.
Companions of old could hope to best me, yet you would try with world.
Never.
Your strength rank is 35 and mine is 20. And you dare sail on me. You fool. Right, well, what I'm thinking, actually, is that Belegar is probably going to nip over and take Tabaro. So, moving him over there was the wrong move. And Lucchini is the least defended of all of our regions here. So that is probably where Hergar should be sitting. But that said, as expected, all of the raiding has ended, which is why we've suddenly got so much more money. That's why I was sitting in Drinkarakas. I think I might go back to Drinkarakas. Oh, I never took him out of Underway stance. Oh, but it doesn't really matter, does it? If he's inside a settlement in Underway, it doesn't affect him negatively, I don't think. Do let me know if it does, because obviously I'm not 100% sure. But
Don't think so. No reason for it.
yeah, I'm going to send him back to Drinkarakas, because Karak Apex has a huge garrison. It doesn't need his army as well if we're not under immediate threat, which we are no longer, because Clan Eshin and Clan Moors united as one clan now threaten Karazakarak. And it is no longer within Karaz's remit to put us to sword. And that is good. Oh, but Karazakarak... Oh, I didn't realise they did that. When did that happen? I wasn't paying attention. They confederated. How many dwarves are left then? Only Ziflin remains.
Dowry from another hold arrived.
Oh, hello. But they definitely want a confederation. And we've got no enemies up there. They're at war with Chaos and Talsoon. And they're friendly with the right. Yes, definitely. Bish, bash, bosh. It's Karazakarak and Clan Angron are the only ones left. Alright, so we've taken... But Grung Zint is not held by us. That's the one up there. Alright, that's definitely seen us lose money, hasn't it? Yeah. Because of Hadra. Hadra, I'm afraid to say, going to get rid of you wholesale. Yeah. Oh, Blackstone Post. Oh, that's cool. Do you get anything from a stonemasons building? Which one is the stonemasons? Ah, no, indeed you don't, because you can't even build it. So it can only be built in dwarven settlements, so no. Right, so what do we want to do here? I'll definitely keep the Iron Miners Guildhall. Yes, please. And I think I'd keep the Tool Makers. I don't think I'm bothered about turning this place into a melee location, though. Into a weapons location. The mustering hall's been moved off to Karak Ziflin. That drinking hall. I think I'd want to turn this economic. Although it's almost certainly going to be attacked, isn't it? What do you give? A garrison, master engineer, and iron drakes. Untainted +8, and then Slayers are boosted. I don't think we need the Untainted, do we? What's the taint here like? Oh, basically non-existent. Yeah, so we're going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that. And to be honest, I'm tempted to get rid of the Foundry. I'm going to get rid of that and move it to this side. I think I will get rid of the Foundry. And then we'll go from there. Oh, there's 2 armies. Oh, and we're only losing 5,000. Might be able to keep one of these then. Rorick Granite Hand. You've got a lot of Slayers, and you've got a hell of a lot of Longbeards. Almost no good units in those armies. What are you? You're tier 9. You're tier 5. 19 Hadra Blackbeard versus 17 for Rorick Granite Hand. Hadra, what are you? You're a Runesmith. Rune Lord, yeah. Rune Lord's not all that. Not all that. I much prefer the standard Lords, yeah. So Hadra's going to go. Right, let's sort out what we're going to do with these armies. I'm going to get rid of both of those bolt throwers. I'm going to get rid of all 3 of those slayers. They don't really fit with my type of command. Those are Longbeards with gold. Those Longbeards are much higher in rank. Get rid of all of those. Giant slayers. I know you're unique and we should probably hold on to. So the cannons and the thunderers I'll take. For the wisdom of the layer.
Master of runecraft. Onward.
You can all go. And then do you want to take one of these? I'm tempted to take the Thane. Yeah, I think I'll keep the Thane. And then I'm going to get rid of you. Oh, that still doesn't see us make any money. Rorick, your army needs to disband. Well, no, I suppose we can have one army, whether it's Rorick's or whether it is Hargar's or whatever it's called. Hergar. If we get rid of Hergar Daminson, I mean, at the minute he's not really doing anything anyway, is he? Other than, I suppose he is defensive. But who borders us up here before we make any rash decisions? Baston.
Mountain folk, the lady has always respected your ancestors. Let's hope we can come to...
Who do like me, but they're not actually all that bothered with my war with Bordelot or Carcassonne. So actually, a friendly neighbour. So this place is likely to be safe for a very, very long time. And we are very near to our own borders. So I think the plan is simple. We could attack Carcassonne from the north, actually, couldn't we? But I just don't need to. Carcassonne just aren't really that much of a threat. I would much rather him come home and hit like Thegan's errantry. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is... We'll move you into the underway next time. So just head to Ziflin for now. Sit in Ziflin. And back home, I'm going to get rid of Hergar altogether. I just don't think I need you anymore. Lucini's going to fall anyway, and Rorick's going to come back and take that. They're only going to get Lucini. They're not going to get Miriliano or Skavenblight. And look at that, we then get 2,000 gold coins. Nice. The army, it's all coming together now. The last Dwarven realm has joined with us instead of Karazakarak. We've got Bretonnian allies who actually quite like that we're at war with... well, they don't really like it, but they've only mildly condemned it, which means that they're hedging their bets, which I like to see. And Clan Moors and Karazakarak will now go head to head. Now, I think the Dwarfs will win. I do think Clan Moors will fall. I don't want to go to war with Karazakarak, to be honest. I want to just get the victory achievements, get my own victory. We'll probably end up attacking and defeating Carcassonne, to be honest. I think I'll keep Belegar in the west, and we'll take down the rest of Carcassonne. We don't really like living in settlements that aren't in the mountains, but there's the mountainous settlement in the middle, isn't there, that... What's it called? Great something. I'm sure it's called Great something. No, I'm not going to fight that. That one will be a loss. We will be overcome and surrounded. Lucini constantly swapping hands. But Rorick will come. He's quite a ways away, I know, but he'll get back. And he'll hit that. And not in that kind of way. He'll defend it. Grudges should capture Lucini. Ah, nice.
The fates have surely selected you for greatness.
Yes, they have.
Thanks to my guidance,
Your guidance?
your tremendous power.
One dwarf hold at a time. Occupy, loot, raise, or sack 12 different settlements. 6,000. And 9,000 for bonuses. We lost Lucini. Dieter Fauerbach of Estalia. A grudge has been issued. And we've been raided. by enemies that don't realize when they are defeated. Estalia, it's time to throw in the towel. If you came to me now and begged to live, I would let you. But as it stands, I cannot suffer your continued existence. It is a blight on my lands, and I'm going to put you down. And I'm going to enjoy putting you down. And there is nothing that your little remaining settlement is going to do about it. Because you chose to go to war with me. Well, no, you didn't. Yes, you did. I attacked Estalia, and you, foolishly, joined them instead of me. So, it's on you. It's absolutely on your head. Right, Rorik, let's get you home. Oh, Carrick Norn could upgrade as well. Aha, yes, please.
For the wisdom of the lair.
For the wisdom of the lair. You're going to keep training our forces. You've got a terrible army set up, but we'll worry about that in the future. Just nip over there. Oh, Blackstone posts, everything. This is where we've just got so much money. Alright, you're going to build me a watch room. You're going to build me a gate. You're also going to build me a refectory. And to be honest, I think I'm going to go for the trading depot. Probably should have got growth, actually. Although, no, you are quite grown. Quite well growed. Ah, who are you?
Before the rightful lords of the realm.
My reliability remains very low, so no one's going to treat with me.
Anad, bow before your high king, never.
I'd love to bow before my high king, but at the moment you're stubbornly refusing my worship. Rorik has got a long old way to go, though, hasn't he?
Anad?
A very long way to go. Got to come down through Buftar. And my plan is to hit Tabaro with him, and then he can then go on to take Lucchini. And Belegar can take Bali and then move and hopefully get Castle Carcassonne and sit there and draw the Massif Orcal, that's what it's called. That's somewhere where we want to live, and that is our new target. I shall be content once we are in control of that. Margarita likes me despite being an unpleasant climate for dwarves. So the public order will always be down, construction costs will always be higher, casualty replenishment is worse, construction time is worse, and income from all buildings is down. Not what you want to see, really. But let us conclude Estalia's story here, as Belegar and his mighty army puts down those threats that stand before us. Some things that I really would like Warhammer 3 to focus on is I appreciate that the player needs to have a challenge. The player, no matter what difficulty level they're playing on, should have some minor form of challenge. Even if you play on easy, there should be something that still requires a bit of thought. But I think what the game needs to get away from is trying to appeal to the die-hard, hardcore, may they be cheesers, may they just be ungodly in their command of the game, no matter what, the absolute top 1 to 2%. Because at the moment, things like every enemy constantly focusing on you, regardless of your skill or strength, or regardless of the tactical soundness of their decision, the fact that everyone focuses on you is just ridiculous. And it doesn't necessarily make the game harder, it just makes the game a bit stupid, and it's something I would love to see removed. Once again, I'm afraid I am not going to fight this battle. I know it's the last battle of Estalia, but it's just not worth our time. And also, I hope to end this episode in about 5 minutes' time. So Estalia are going to go out on a whimper. The way that they came in is the way that they're going out, and I hope you won't begrudge me that.
Onwards!
Sartosa's been besieged, but the pig dogs are never going to get it. Killed all of those, and we'll just occupy.
Lord of the Angren.
And that's Estalia's remaining force, Helmut von Volkvan. Helmut van von Volkvan. What a name, Helmut. What a name. Oh, Jérôme Degnaud. Hold on, isn't Jérôme Degnaud the person who took Lucchini from us? Oh no, Gustave the Devoted. Sorry, you've both got G's in your name and you've both got that portrait in the second place, so it just confused me.
This would break my vows.
Dolph Dietersen. Right, so we're probably going to lose Margarita, but I'm not bothered. If Carcassonne take these, no trouble. I need Estalia to die. That is all I need. Once Estalia are gone, then we can return to some normality. Oh, Manon Paravon, you've come a very long way around. You've gone through the forest to get to us. Why did you let them through? Ah, the Wood Elves. The Wood Elves paint a large target above their heads, but if they are content to see their nation drown in their own misery and misfortune, then I will be content to be the orchestra of that.
Soon I'll be all-powerful.
I'm not sure you're going to be as all-powerful as you think you are, mate. Your army is pathetic and losing lives. You're all dead already anyway. Right, so he's in Drinkaracas. That's always nice. Well done, Ulrich. You can hold there for days. Until I've got peace with Karaz, I'm not going to move out. Although we could just hit him and take Spike Peak, and then we could go and get Morkheim. Expand our hold on that side as well. Because at the minute, he's not doing anything, is he? You imagine if we get Karazakarak to like us enough and confederate with them. What a day that would be. Right, you sit there and heal for a turn. We're going to lose Magritta because the garrison is non-existent. That's okay. That's okay. We wait on Skaven Blight to grow. And then, yeah, Rorik, I think we're going to sail across the sea and hit them right back. I'll hike. Fidus is the Knights of Origo, isn't it? Who actually sort of kind of likes me. Thagans have Al Haik, and they've also got Gorgazan. And we like the desert, interestingly. That's odd. No, we don't like that desert, but we like the rocky area. Anywho, for now, I'm going to end the episode here, but that has been a blast. Estalia's last force of Helmet will sit out there and do, I don't know what he's going to do. And then we might as well use Belegar to come back and take out Tabaro, take out Magritta. We'll probably have to then retake Bilbali from Carcassonne. But as long as we've got Carcassonne facing forwards, then we're all right. The only way for Carcassonne to get to us is around this gap here. So if we move out from Bilbali and stand, I mean, if we went and stood there, they can't get past us. Now, they can sail around us, and they will probably do that a lot. So we need to push on them quickly. Because they've got Brionne, and they can disembark there. It's their only naval port, though, actually. So if we can capture that quickly, we might be all right. And so Rorik might be served in better stead. In fact, Rorik, if we make Belegar stay back, Rorik could go out and hit Castle Carcassonne because he's coming from the sun. Anyway, we'll worry about that in a few turns. He's nowhere near there yet anyway. But for now, that's going to conclude. So fantastic news today. Karazakarak and Clan Moors now at war, which meaning, despite the fact that they hate me with a burning passion because of what I've done to Estalia, they dislike Clan Moors even more, and their military might is focused elsewhere. We now have a ticking clock until Karazakarak beat Clan Eshin and Clan Moors, the united two, which they absolutely will do, in my opinion. Then once they've defeated them, we need to be on good terms with Karaz. I don't want to go to war with the Dwarfs. I want to take out Carcassonne. But anyway, for now, that's all. Thank you very much for watching, and I do hope you have a wonderful week. And until we speak again, dear friends, Navair and Eden Perimad Melonin, and farewell.